Hello everybody and welcome to Tiger Tales, a place where you'll find stories and fanfictions written and read to you by your host, me, Tai Tiger. Today we're diving back into my little flurry of new stories with a Digimon story this time round. I'm a big fan of Digimon. I'm also a fan of all the different types of Digimon series we've had so far. So yes, this is labelled as one specific Digimon series, but there will be little inklings for the rest of the Digimon shows in this story as well. But for now, let's just dive in with introductions to our main two characters. I also want to thank the voice actor for this story, as he's been collabing with me and so far he's been a gem. So with that being said, let's dive in with Digimon Tamers 2, Worlds Collide. Chapter 1, Rekindled Friendship. Sebastian sat there waiting for the bus to turn up, when suddenly the streetlights started flickering. He looked up and saw the grey clouds as they gently filled the night sky. Sebastian sat there, staring at the floor. He ruffled his ginger hair, he played with the zip on his white jacket, he checked his pockets of his brown trousers to see if he had any gum left. Then he found none, so he just slumped on the bench, and sighed. He then saw the light flickering again. He looked up and saw several bugs attacking the flickering streetlight. He looked down the road into the city. The sound of cars and the busy, hectic people could be heard. Then suddenly one of the towering skyscrapers went completely dark. All the lights turned off, and an explosion erupted from the top floor. He then saw a blue wolf creature jumping out of the window and running up the wall, landing on the roof. Sebastian jumped to his feet, watching as the big, black, thick smoke escaped the building and filled the sky. Sebastian then took a deep breath and sighed. Then he ran off and headed home as quick as he could, running as fast as his feet could take him, bolting into his house, running up the stairs, knowing that his parents weren't home yet. He barged into his room and slammed the door of his room. He jumped onto his computer and typed the code in to enter the computer itself. Then suddenly a flash of white and a small armadillo Digimon stood next to him. The carefree Digimon was yellow and purple in colour, with a hard shell and sharp claws. "Hey Armadillomon, sorry to pull you into the human world all of a sudden," Sebastian sighed. "Hey Seb, what's going on?" Armadillomon asked, walking up to him and placing his head on Sebastian's lap. "We've got a rogue Digimon again, and I'm afraid we're going to have to deal with it," Sebastian told him. "Thought we weren't going to get involved anymore," Armadillomon said. "Yeah, well, people are in trouble. I can't just sit here, can we?" Sebastian grinned and stroked Armadillomon's head. Then both of them headed out of the house, and both of them headed to the skyscraper. As they approached, they both stood on the ground, looking up at the smoking building. Suddenly, two SWAT officers came running up to them. "You are not our usual associates," one officer barked. "No, but right now, I'm the best you got," Sebastian barked back. Both officers looked at each other. Both of them sighed, then nodded at one another. "They caught off the elevator. The road Digimon's on the roof. The staircase will take you right to him," the officer barked. "Oh, great, a staircase." "Thanks," Sebastian replied. He looked down at Armadillomon, who nodded in response. "You good to go?" Sebastian nodded. "Ready when you are, Seb," Armadillomon replied. Both human and Digimon bolted into the building. They found the stairs and started climbing. They finally reached the top, facing a blue door. "What's the matter?" Armadillomon asked. "Nothing. Come on," Sebastian muttered, and they barged through the door and onto the roof of the building. Stood on a helipad was the rogue Garurumon, stood there growling. "Hello, Garurumon," Sebastian said to the Digimon. The blue wolf digital monster did not respond, just snapped its jaws towards him. "Not in a talking mood, huh?" Sebastian muttered with a sigh. "Now what do we do?" Armadillomon asked. "Time to handle this," Sebastian replied. Armadillomon nodded and jumped forward, landing between him and the Digimon. "You've got this, man," Sebastian called out. "Howling Blaster!" the deranged Garurumon called out, and a blast of blue flames burst from its mouth. Sebastian covered his face as Armadillomon jumped to one side, dodging the blast. "Rolling Stone!" Armadillomon called out as he tucked into a ball and rolled forward at great speed and smashed into Garurumon, knocking him off its feet. The Digimon howled and snapped at Armadillomon, swiping its claws down onto the armadillo. Armadillomon jumped back, then Garurumon blasted its blue flames once again at Armadillomon, but suddenly a Digimon landed on the snout of the wolf. It was a reptile-like rookie-level Digimon, with a face guard on its face hiding its features, with long sleeves hiding its hands and clawed feet. It was holding a bamboo sword. "Kotomon!" Sebastian called out. Kotomon jumped off the wolf's snout and landed next to Armadillomon. Both Digimon faced the rogue Garurumon. "Hello, Kotomon," Armadillomon said.
"Hey, old friend,"
Kotomon replied. Sebastian frowned, then turned around to see Lyle stood there in his black turtleneck and green trousers. "Lyle?" Sebastian nodded.
"Hey, Seb. Nice to see you again,"
Lyle said with a grin. "Oh, please, don't patronize me," Sebastian growled, then turned back to face the Digimon.
"Hey, hate me all you want, but I am here to give you this,"
Lyle said as he took several steps forward and stood next to Sebastian, handing him a small box. Sebastian took the box and took the lid off it to find his D-Power, a digivice that read the Digimon cards. He took the D-Power from the box and tossed the box away, and pulled out a card from his pocket. "Guessing this is temporary?" Sebastian asked.
"Have you reconsidered their offer?"
Lyle asked back. "Hell no," Sebastian barked.
Let's just get this done first."
Lyle grinned slightly, pulling out his own D-Power. "Fine. You ready, Armadillomon?" Sebastian called out. "Oh, I'm so ready, Seb," Armadillomon cheered. Sebastian held up the D-Power and swiped his card through it. "Digi-modify! Dino Terror, activate!" Sebastian called out. Suddenly, energy wrapped around Armadillomon and formed into an egg shape. "Armadillomon Digivolve 2! Armadillomon called out, and with a spark of light, the egg diminished, and stood before them was a champion-level Digimon. "Ankylamon!" the champion-level Digimon called out. Ankylamon resembled an ankylosaurus, with an iron ball at the end of its tail, and its back covered in spikes.
"Guess it's our turn, Kotemon,"
Lyle called out, holding his D-Power and his card.
"Okay, I'll try my best,"
Kotomon replied. Lyle held up the D-Power and swiped his card through it.
"Digimodify! Iron Soul, activate!"
Lyle called out. Suddenly, energy wrapped around Kotomon and formed into an egg shape.
"Kotemon, Digivolve 2!
Kotomon called out, and with a spark of light, the egg diminished, and stood before them was the champion-level Digimon.
Dino Human!
The champion-level Digimon called out. Dino Human was a humanoid lizard with 2 blades on its forearms, with a greatsword on its back. He was also holding a small dagger. The rogue Garurumon jumped up and spat its blue flames at the 2 champion-leveled Digimon.
Dino Human, be careful!
Lyle called out.
"Don't worry, bud. I got this,"
Dino Human replied. Then he jumped up into the air and swung its dagger at Garurumon, striking the wolf. Then Ankylamon jumped up and rammed its spike back into the underbelly of Garurumon, knocking it higher into the air. Then Dino Human kicked Garurumon in the face. Garurumon crashed onto the helipad. Then, still in the air, Dino Human grabbed Ankylamon by the tail, swung him up and around, and threw him at Garurumon. Ankylamon tucked its legs in and aimed the spikes on its back down towards the weakened wolf. The Garurumon howled out in pain as the Ankylamon crashed into him, and then the dinosaur diminished Garurumon into nothing but lost data. The 2 champion-level Digimon shifted back into their rookie-level forms. Armadillomon and Kotomon stood there before Lyle and Sebastian once more. Armadillomon ran up to Sebastian. He dropped to one knee and hugged his Digimon, and then stroked his head. Lyle also dropped to one knee and placed his hand on Kotomon's head with a small grin.
"You did good,"
Lyle said encouragingly.
Thanks. I was nervous, but I did my best.
Kotamon replied.
That's all I ask.
Lyle grinned. The boys stood and faced each other. Guessing you want this back? Sebastian asked, handing Lyle his D-Power. Lyle folded Sebastian's hand over his D-Power and pushed his hand back towards him.
Screw the squad. Keep it.
Lyle grinned. Thanks. Didn't expect that, Sebastian said solemnly.
It was good seeing you, man.
Lyle said to him. Same to you, I guess, Sebastian muttered.
Lyle, missed you, Seb.
Kotamon blurted.
Hey!
Lyle barked.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
Kotamon said, rather scared. Yeah, well, I've missed him too, Kotamon, Sebastian told the nervous Digimon.
Could have come with me.
Lyle muttered. You could have stayed, Sebastian retorted. Both of you are such good friends. Why are you like this? Armadillomon asked. You know why, Sebastian snapped. For the love of Greymon, yes, you lost Kate in the digital world, but that wasn't either of your faults, Armadillomon barked at them. Both the boys looked down at Armadillomon with sad looks. Sorry, Armadillomon sighed. Do you have to go straight away? Sebastian asked Lyle.
No, I can stay around for a bit.
Lyle replied. You want to get something to eat? Sebastian suggested.
Sure, man. Why not?
Lyle shrugged. The two boys and their Digimon left the rooftop and headed down to the bottom of the building and headed to ground level. As they left the building, Lyle spoke to the officers and told them what happened. Then Lyle walked up to Sebastian and both of them left the scene, their Digimon following suit. They walked into a restaurant and ordered food, making sure to buy extra for Armadillomon and Kotamon. The boys ate their food and spoke about the last year of their lives, which both of them had missed out, and catching up like old friends should. And there you have it, guys. Our first chapter to our Digimon storyline. I want to thank our new voice actor, who's known as Kerno on Discord. So I'll call him that for now. He's the voice actor for Lyle, who is his own made-up character. And then I also got him to pick his favourite rookie Digimon, and we've made a lineup which is actually canon to Kotamon himself, so he voice acts both of them and Kotamon's evolution, Dino Human. So make sure that in the comments you say hi to our new voice actor. He's actually got recruited into my little team via my voice actor for Thunderstruck, Austin, for me it's for hire. So that's pretty cool. Whilst I'm here, a big shout out to the Three Ranger Bro Studios, who's myself, Mark the Red Cornish Ranger with his podcast Nerd Through Comics, and Cosplay Dude 637 with his podcast Power Rangers Universe 19. He's also got another podcast called Storytime with Cosplay Dude 637. On both of them, he uploads stories very similar to mine. Now, we are in association with Zero to Hero, which is the podcast where Bulk and Scholar Podcasting, Billy and Jim, talk about many different fandoms, and they interview people. So they've interviewed all three of us at one point or another, so maybe we should go check out all these people I've just mentioned. That being said, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you guys really soon.